Welcome to Sovereign Beacon Ratings. This is episode 1. The show is about to begin.
Welcome back to the Sovereign Beacon Review, where we break down the latest platform privacy metrics from the HeckTech Labs editorial briefing. I'm Marlo, and today we're diving into their inaugural ratings, evaluating tech across 4 security states: sovereign, clear, warning, and critical.
And I'm Karen. We're going to analyze these ratings specifically through the lens of high-security enterprise clients. Think major law firms handling incredibly sensitive M&A data. The digital landscape can feel like a minefield right now, but our theme today is empowerment, not fear. For every critical privacy threat out there, there's a sovereign, highly secure alternative.
Exactly. Let's dive straight into the hardware category. First up is the Eufy home security camera, which just triggered a critical beacon, meaning it poses an active surveillance or serious risk. In January 2025, the New York Attorney General secured a $450,000 settlement after discovering that Eufy's video streams lacked end-to-end encryption and were accessible without authentication.
Wait, accessible without authentication? Imagine a law firm partner or a corporate executive having one of these set up in their home office. That is a massive liability for any enterprise network. Are regulators stepping in?
Oh, definitely. This lack of proper encryption actually sparked national security investigations by U.S. and Australian authorities in early 2026. But the sovereign alternative in hardware is Graphene OS running on a Google Pixel. It earned a sovereign beacon, meaning your data stays local and it's best in class.
I love Graphene OS. How are they securing that best-in-class rating for mobile environments?
It's a hardened, open-source Android operating system that actively kills tracking by disabling background telemetry and advertising IDs by default. It also features full disk encryption and hardened app sandboxing to isolate data at the silicon level.
That silicon-level isolation is exactly what enterprise security teams want to see. It means your apps can't secretly talk to each other and leak client data. Moving on to apps. What are the metrics showing there?
Not great for TikTok. It was hit with a critical beacon. Even though they transitioned to US-based management in January 2026, their updated privacy policy actually introduced an expanded collection of precise location data. Worse, they are collecting and profiling metadata from all user interactions with their AI-powered features.
And that's the overlap we always warn our corporate clients about: social media and AI tracking combined. If an attorney has TikTok on a work device, that location tracking and behavioral AI profiling is an absolute corporate espionage nightmare. So what's our sovereign beacon alternative for communication apps?
Unsurprisingly, Signal Private Messenger remains the gold standard in 2026. It gets a sovereign beacon for offering audited, end-to-end encryption by default and operating under a strict zero data retention policy.
Signal is run by a nonprofit foundation too, right? Meaning there is no corporate incentive to monetize user data.
Correct, and they refuse to back up data to third-party clouds. Plus, they utilize sealed sender technology to completely hide communication metadata.
That sealed sender tech is absolutely crucial for attorney-client privilege. It doesn't just hide what you're saying, it hides who you are talking to. Brilliant. What about standalone AI applications?
This is a wild one. Replica AI Companion just got slapped with a critical beacon. In May 2025, Italy's Data Protection Authority hit the developer, Luca Inc., with a €5 million fine for severe GDPR violations. The platform was permanently logging highly intimate chats and processing sensitive personal data without a valid legal basis.
Logging intimate chats permanently? That's terrifying. If an employee is using a completely untrusted artificial intelligence like that to summarize documents or brainstorm on the same network as sensitive company data, the cross-contamination risk is huge. They completely failed on transparent data retention, didn't they? How do we do AI safely?
You have to go local. Jan.ai earned a sovereign beacon for AI. It's an open-source, local-first, personal AI chat application that runs entirely on the user's hardware by default.
Running entirely on local hardware? So absolutely zero data goes to the cloud?
Exactly. It processes all conversations and documents locally, guaranteeing no sensitive data or chat history is transmitted to or stored on third-party cloud servers.
Now that is an enterprise-grade solution. A law firm could theoretically feed confidential, unredacted contracts into Jan.ai for analysis without ever violating an NDA or client privilege. Okay, what's the final category?
Websites and enterprise web platforms. The critical beacon here goes to Tractor Supply Company's website. In September 2025, the California Privacy Protection Agency fined them a record $1.35 million for major CCPA violations.
A record fine? What did they do to trigger that level of enforcement?
They outright failed to honor consumer opt-out requests, completely ignored global privacy control signals, and shared user tracking data with third-party advertising networks.
That is a massive wake-up call for corporate compliance teams. You can't just ignore automated privacy signals anymore. But businesses still need web metrics to operate. Is there a safe way to do site analytics?
Yes, Plausible Analytics takes the final sovereign beacon here. It's an open-source, fully GDPR-compliant web analytics platform designed to give detailed metrics without using any cookies.
No cookies at all? Do they collect any personal data?
None. It collects zero personally identifiable information, minimizing data exposure. Plus, it is hosted entirely on secure European infrastructure to ensure compliance with global privacy standards.
And that brings us full circle. Whether you are dealing with hardware, communication apps, artificial intelligence, or website analytics, there is always a secure, sovereign alternative to the critical threats out there.
Empowerment over fear. Thanks for joining us for this HeckTech Labs Sovereign Beacon briefing. We'll see you next time. Stay sovereign, and a shout out to the sponsor of this podcast, Trinary Bound, a hardware infrastructure that allows you to safely process entirely dark to the network. Own the intelligence.
Thank you for listening in. We look forward to our next show as we uncover the next 10 beacon ratings. Stay sovereign.